It's The Drive on The Fan.
What's up, Southern Utah? It is The Drive. Greetings, salutations on a Monday. Fun day. We love our Mondays around here. Devin, Dixon, Paul Ratliff, Tara Atkin. This is The Drive. And we are all just kind of recalibrating, waking up for a new, fresh week. And what a sports weekend it was.
Yeah, what a sports week it was.
Paulie's rocking his new Black Desert
Yeah,
hat
that's
like
right.
a golfer.
I
You
am.
look like a golfer this morning.
After being out there this weekend, it's reinvigorated me. I'm going to reach out to Marco. Going to talk about lessons.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. Being around those golfers and seeing the skill on display, and obviously I'll never be near that, but I could be an okay chopper at some point if I took lessons. So it was really cool seeing all the golfers out there, the skill on display, and the closest to all the time, the shots, just stuff I could never ever think of doing. So
Tara,
it was amazing.
do you want to burst his bubble, or do you want me to burst his bubble?
Uh-oh. See, he's always bursting my bubble when I talk lessons.
I'm encouraging it.
Yeah, she's encouraging.
He's going to take lessons. Come on. Maybe after the lessons, if he's still terrible, we'll both burst his bubble.
Look at see, that's why I can trust Tara. She's
give
in
him
my
a chance.
corner, you know? Yeah, give me a chance. Chip in a chair, buddy.
If anybody has never seen Paul's golf swing, you're better off for it.
Well, that's what the lessons are for. You
Yeah, I don't know if you can teach an old dog new tricks. I'm a little worried about that.
know? Okay.
I think you might be, throwing good money after good money.
Just take the wait and see approach. How about that? Just wait and see.
Okay,
You know?
Iration sang it best.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'll wait and see.
All right.
The fact that you went out to a golf tournament
Yeah, multiple days.
multiple days makes me invigorated to see you invigorated.
Well, yeah, I'm reinvigorated.
Yeah.
A lot of people have told me to do the lessons and to try to get into golf, and I just have always pushed back because I just make the excuse I don't have a set of clubs, I'm not coordinated, I've lost my athletic prowess from high school, but I still think if given enough lessons, I could become someone you could
At
actually play
least
with.
not
Yeah.
swing and miss at the ball.
That's right. Losing
Like
20
we are,
balls.
folks. Literally, this is a project. This is the Hank Haney project with Charles Barkley on
yeah.
steroids. On steroids. Like this is like trying to. I mean, this would be a bigger. If he could break 80, this would be a bigger accomplishment than landing somebody on the moon.
Be the best golf coach of all time.
I mean,
That's right.
seriously.
Marco could market, go worldwide if I'm a good golfer someday. So.
See, here's the problem. The lessons are fine. Marco is fantastic, but
Yes.
you're actually going to have to practice.
Yeah.
And actually hit balls daily,
yeah.
and I
Like
just don't see. I
thousands of
just don't see you
balls.
doing that.
Okay.
I just don't see you practicing.
All right. Well, I'll prove you wrong.
Okay.
buddy. Yeah.
All right. He is fired up.
I'm
Yeah.
fired up on a Monday.
Certainly, lots of different directions we can go for the best thing from the sports weekend. Let's get to it right now.
It's time for
Yeah, I mean, look, when you're watching a golf tournament in person, pretty cool to see not once, but twice at Black Desert Resort, the storyline of a guy that just makes a name for himself, a guy that just catapults his career, a guy that now has doors opened up to him that, before he teed off at Black Desert was just his third PGA Tour start. Michael Brennan sinks the final putt on the 18th green. He actually had to take a drop out of the lava, but it didn't matter. He didn't need a par on the final hole. He had kind of a stroll around Black Desert that anyone would love with a cushion that you don't always see on the PGA Tour. And, big names, past winners on the PGA Tour, past major champions could not catch Michael Brennan, who played on the PGA Tours America, coming out of Wake Forest, and won 3 times, one in September, one in August. Then got a couple starts. You know, he's had a couple opportunities. Played in the U.S. Open, but this was his big break. He got a sponsor exemption to come play Black Desert Resort, and Patrick Manning and his exemption team absolutely nailing it with the exemption. Some people have guys that can't. You know, they're just not good enough to make the cut or contend to make the cut. He has a guy that he gives a sponsor exemption to win the tournament. He also had a Utah kid in Connor Howe make the cut and play really, really well. So I think, man, oh man, Michael Brennan obviously is the best thing I saw. Oh, from the moment I went and watched him and Matt McCarty's final group, we went and watched him for the first 4 holes going out. And you could see from the first 3 wood he had on the number 1 tee that he was locked in. He flushed it right down the center of the fairway. He birdies 2. He birdies 3 with just an unbelievable iron shot in. You know, you're trying to battle that slope down. There's not a big landing zone on that par 3. Both his other competitors in his group had went in the bunker, and he stuffs it to 6 feet and makes birdie. And on 2 and 3, going birdie. At that point, you kind of felt like it was his tournament.
Yeah.
It was his. He had to enjoy himself. It was really a stress-free day, rolling around Black Desert Resort. There's a little hiccup at the end. He ended up shooting 22 under, but last year was 24 under Matt McCarty. But really, not wire to wire, but really impressive fashion for Michael Brennan on the weekend. I mean, that for a young guy, and that's why, Paul, you remember we get into all the golf talk. Yeah. And we get into all this stuff, and it's Live versus PGA Tour, and it's this versus that, and it's like, and remember how I've always contended the PGA Tour is as strong as ever before. Yeah. The next wave is coming. Yeah. And this next wave is guys like Michael Brennan that we saw win yesterday at Black Desert Resort that makes you feel like, maybe it's not as big a loss to have a couple guys go over to the Live Tour.
Yeah.
Because there's just as talented guys just now opened up opportunities for them, and they're taking advantage of it.
We had a pretty decorated fight about this about a year and a half ago.
I know.
And I was on the opposite side of that statement.
And you didn't believe me.
I didn't believe you.
Do you believe me a little bit more so now after seeing Matt McCarty? Matt McCarty wins last year.
I still like Koepka and like a lot of the guys. I know Phil isn't a major loss at this stage of his career, but some of those guys, Patrick Reed, some of the Live guys are losses.
Nobody likes Patrick Reed.
I know. It doesn't matter if you like him or not. He's still a great golfer. He's won the Masters.
There's 3 guys that they miss. There's
Bryson
DeChambeau. Okay, they miss him on the PGA Tour.
Brooks Koepka, they miss him.
No, they do not.
He's a multiple major winner.
Don't miss him.
Okay, don't miss him.
Don't miss him. Don't miss him. I don't think
Cam
he's
Smith.
Prime. No, don't miss him.
Don't miss Cam Smith.
Nope.
Okay, who else?
John Rahm.
Okay.
And Watko Neiman. Those are the only 3 guys that I really miss and think can just go switch it and tee it up and win. I don't think any of those other guys are winning on the PGA Tour. I mean, if Koepka played a full schedule, would he pop for 1 win? I don't know, maybe. But do I miss Brooks Koepka? Not really. I miss John Rahm. America misses, Bryson DeChambeau for obvious, a man of the people. When he won the U.S. Open at Pinehurst #2.
Signed a million hats, and he was doing the crowd
walking
wave,
through the
making the noise and all that. He's
like my favorite.
DeChambeau.
I do too.
Yeah. Oh, everybody should. Everybody should. Look, there's probably going to be some other guys. The Live Tour, the bottom 10, 15 guys is really weak sauce. Like really weak. Come on, man. And so if they can swap out their bottom 10 for 10 new guys, pay some more money, that's going to make those fields a little bit better. There's smaller fields in the tour anyway by half.
Yeah. And they're on FS1 now. Has there been any numbers like in the increase in viewership from CW to FS1? Does anyone have that data, or have they put that data out?
Because, I'm sure I haven't looked for it. I haven't checked on that.
I was just wondering if Live viewership is up, because we heard on the CW it was really hurting for viewers. Yeah. They weren't getting a ton of viewership on the CW. But now that they moved to Fox, I would figure more viewers, more eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, look, but the best thing I saw, the start. I'll go with the start to wrap up my Michael Brennan. Do we have a clip from Michael? This is the final moment here. This is him in just his 3rd PGA Tour start. It's happening in, and the emotion and the celebration. This is yesterday on the 18th green at Black Desert Resort. Listen for the crowd.
It's a homemade video from Tara. She took that one. That's a good one. Good view.
Yeah, lots of emotion though, hugging everybody as caddy, and
His caddy believed in him more than anybody. You know, he's had some really. The dynamic between a golfer and a caddy is quite interesting.
Right.
And after being around, you know, some caddies and some golfers a little bit this week, I think they're more needed than people really know.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you kind of watch on TV, and it's the guy carrying the bag, and you might read an occasional putt and hand a club, and the pros are the pro, and, you know, they're making all the decisions ultimately. But that caddy, that belief, that confidence, and Brendan talked about his caddy. He believed in me as much as anybody, except maybe my parents, that, like, we're going to win. We're not going to the Corn Fair. We're gonna go win this thing.
Yeah.
Like he and even if he just was saying that, for him to say it and sound like he believed it, that's a good caddy. That's a really good caddy. You know, you see, I got to know Matt McCarty's caddy just a little bit. He was teammates with them at Santa Clara. They played college golf together, so there's that trust. He knows the game. You know, some of the other caddies out there, they do an incredible job. You almost have to be like part, you know, ox. And then you have to be part psychologist, and then you have to be like, you know, part cheer squad. And like you have to be like a lot of traits. You have to be a robot at other times and like quiet, and then other times you have to be the rah guy. Like there's so many different things that a caddy can do, a good caddy can do, other than just hand you a club and tell you got to go with this one and hit it crisp.
yeah.
So a lot of fun, congratulations to Patrick Manning. He's done it again. I was driving off the property yesterday, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself how amazing it is to have a PGA Tour event in our backyard. Paul, Tara, we don't get big sporting events here. We get college football, we get college basketball, we get a lot of high school, we get the Red Bull Rampage, we get a little Iron Man, we get we get some cool things, we get some rodeos, we get an occasional good concert or two that comes throughout the year.
This is
not the mecca for entertainment. This is an outdoor. This is the mecca for hiking and sightseeing and national parks, and golf is great here. And we're not a hidden secret. We're on the map in golf. If you tried to get a tee time lately, we are on the map. And the fact that professional golf is here at Black Desert Resort, and they made this happen before the resort was even fully operational and open.
Right, yeah.
Is absolutely astonishing when you stop to think about it. You think about the purse. You think about Bank of Utah coming in as a title sponsorship. You think about $1 million payout. You think about 500 FedEx Cup points. And just like Matt McCarty, a lot of people know around here who Matt McCarty is. He's become a Black Desert ambassador. He's doing live drops from Black Desert. He comes back twice a year when he's not playing the tournament to just stay at the resort. He loves it here.
Yeah.
It'll be really interesting to see if it's the same for Michael Brennan, because all the doors that are opening up to him playing, he's going to take that drive down to the Masters. And he's going to cruise up down Magnolia Lane, and he's going to pull up, and he's going to be playing at the Masters, a tournament unlike any other. Like the doors that are now open by winning on the PGA Tour, pretty special. In his third PGA Tour start, he's a college kid thinking about, trying to PGA it. He's trying to think about becoming a pro. He's got all these things, but he's just a college kid a couple days ago, and now he's a PGA Tour winner in his third career start. Is simply remarkable.
Incredible. Yeah.
Fun stuff. I know you guys had a good time out there this weekend.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. There's one thing I learned about Tara. She makes friends quickly. Where's Tara? I don't know. She's talking to her new best friend.
Yeah, Tara's good at making friends.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I like people.
She does.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
It is good.
Paulie, I had to go Black Desert. I have 4 other things that were tremendous from the weekend.
Yeah.
But I got
one.
me in golf, and I remember at one point last week, you're like, all right, Dev, I know you're going to talk a lot of golf this week. Just turn it loose, because we had the PGA Tour right here in St. George.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let you turn it loose all week, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
I got one, though, and this is a little off the radar one with all the football, the hockey, the golf this weekend.
By the way, the NFL football was not very good this weekend.
No, it wasn't that good.
It was a terrible week.
It was pretty bad.
Not that entertaining whatsoever. One good game. We got one good game, and it was the Jets and Bengals.
Yeah, no one's really watching that anyway.
Holy smoke. So don't go football, please.
I'm not going football. I'm actually going basketball. As the
Really?
exhibition schedule started, and anytime North Carolina is in the conversation, that's a blue blood, a royalty program in college basketball. And they were actually playing at the Delta Center on Friday night. BYU does edge number 25 North Carolina 78-76 in what was a thrilling exhibition. They had a packed crowd there. The BYU student section was out to see none other than freshman sensation AJ DeBanza, who was 18 points, 6 of 13 shooting, 8 rebounds, 3 blocks. And it was really interesting seeing the Twitter response on from all the people just seeing him for the first time. Of course, we've seen him. We've seen him play at Utah Prep in one of those little scrimmages and the dunk contest. And
you've seen him online. You've seen the highlights.
That's right.
But it's different seeing somebody live in their first college debut.
That's right. Yeah. And there was a lot of people complimentary of AJ throughout the night. Bruce Pearl chimed in, said that he has a chance to have a Cooper Flag type season for BYU, was in the tweet. Who Bruce is doing work for TNT now after his coaching career has ended. But all this stuff about AJ, and it's not like they were playing a bum team. I mean, North Carolina's got a top 10 projected pick in Caleb Wilson, who had a good game too. But AJ was the best guy on the court. I think in most games, maybe all games that BYU plays this year, they're going to have the best player on the floor. And it's a team sport, I understand. But 1 out of 5 being a major difference maker, a guy that's going to be someone that can just take the ball and create his own shot. I mean, that's something BYU hasn't had the last couple of years. It's been guys like Richie Saunders who get their feet square and their shoulders set and shoot. And this is a guy that can create a basket. He is a living bucket. He can just get to the basket, score easily. He can shoot from mid-range, from deep. And that was the thing Bruce said. He's not a chucker. He's not a guy who's just going to chuck up a bunch of threes and try and come out with a volume shooting type output. I mean, he's an efficient scorer. BYU's got a great amount of optimism for this season, and then rightly so. I think that AJ is just scratching the surface. We've had him in studio. He's a really grounded kid. I think that BYU will be a contender deep into March this season with the roster they've built. So just the beginning, though, the 78-76 win over number 25 North Carolina from the Delta Center on Friday night.
And look, they had a 1-point exhibition loss to Nebraska 6 days ago. DeBanza didn't play in the second half. By the way, Rob Wright III added 12 points, 5 assists in 32 minutes. They'll start the season a week from today against Villanova down in Las Vegas.
Well, get it started, baby. I love it.
The game won't count, but the emotions, the feeling, the reps, those are real quantifiable things. And look, UNC wanted to win. They wanted to show they're for real.
And anytime you can, like I was saying, you can beat a program like North Carolina. You got Dean Smith, Roy Williams, now Hubert Davis. Like, it's been a legendary line of coaches. And anytime you can beat a program like that, even if it is a home game, even if they had to travel out west, it's still a nice win. And it shows that the BYU fans, they got a lot to be excited about.
It was 9,000 fans in an 18,000 seat stadium
for an exhibition game.
For an exhibition game against North Carolina.
That's right.
Like, BYU basketball matters right now.
It does.
It matters right now. And the only thing that's going to make it not matter is if they go on like a 5-game losing streak or something crazy.
That's right. Fall out of the rankings.
Yeah, they're a top 10 team right now.
They are.
All right, Tara, best thing you saw from the weekend. I don't want to leave you out here. Paulie goes, AJ DeBanza, an exhibition game?
Exhibition, yeah.
That surprised me.
I'm a college hoops guy.
I know, but it's an exhibition game. That tells you how much interest you have in BYU and AJ DeBanza.
BYU basketball. That's correct.
Yeah.
But let's go to
Excited
Tara.
for it. Yeah. I'm going to go back to baseball.
Yes.
We were at the football game Friday night, so we were kind of watching it on our iPads, and Andy actually ran down from the stairs from the camera to tell me something. We're on mics and producing and stuff. And I look over to Andy, and she's like waving her arms, and she's like, Barger just hit a grand slam.
Nice.
And so which was so cool. And then my best thing, though, was then Saturday, they had him on the panel, and he's talking to Big Papi, David Ortiz, and Ortiz gives him a T-shirt, and Barger gave it back to him. He didn't keep it. So then they interviewed him and asked him about it, and this was the best thing that I saw was his interview.
Addison, speaking of free shirts, I think you got a free shirt from David Ortiz in the post game.
I did, yeah.
Do you still have it? I think they kind of called you out for leaving it on set.
No, I left it. It was a Red Sox. I mean, it was Red Sox on it. I'm not wearing that. Are you kidding me?
So you have some limitations when it comes to free shirts.
Absolutely, I'm not wearing a team that's in our division shirt. No way. It's awesome, but no.
Yeah, it's nice to get a gift from a postseason legend like Big
Right?
Papi, but
then
can't
he just
rock Red
leaves it,
Sox.
just like gave it right back to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the shirt was funny. It said like "my dog" on it, and then it was like, I think it was a picture of Big Papi, like,
Nice, yeah.
with the Red Sox. Of course, it was like, no, you just take that back.
All right, so
That was awesome.
Tara goes Grand Slam Barger and his response.
Yeah.
The exchange with the Poppy. I go Black Desert, just having the PGA Tour in our backyard. Just awesome to be out there, be part of that. Later in the show, we'll go a little deeper down the leaderboard. We've got some clips from the winner, all that. And Paulie goes, surprising me a little bit there, BYU exhibition basketball. Not NFL football, not the BYU football team that won a real regular season game in Ames, Iowa. He goes exhibition basketball, and the BYU Cougars
Never know what
win
you're gonna
that
get from me,
game,
buddy.
And it's 0-0 still in the win-loss total for the season, but it was still the best thing he saw. You must think highly of North Carolina this year.
I do. Yep.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be good.
Other acceptable things you could have went with. Best thing from the sports weekend. Probably could have, should have. Somebody should have went SUU. They dominated Utah Tech in the feud on 15. You kind of felt like from the first quarter on, that game was almost never out of reach, but always out of reach, if that makes sense. Like Utah Tech was never, there was never a moment in that game where you had a true feeling that they were going to win the game. So 28-7 there in the rivalry game. I know we're going to get into that reaction a bunch more as well. All right, off and running. It's the Fan Sports Network from the Findlay Hyundai Studios. We're back in a flash. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is the Fan Sports Network. It is The Drive. Good morning show today, presented by Coral Canyon Golf Course. Get your tee times. After watching golf all weekend, you want to get out and play, you can go to coralcanyongolf.com, or you can pick up the phone. Yeah, people still make a call on the old phone nowadays.
Yeah, I like it.
You
Phone
like using
call.
an actual phone call.
I do. I'm a fan of the phone
That doesn't
call.
surprise me.
Yeah, you fielded some calls from me over the years.
Yeah, you're a talker.
That's right.
Not a, much better talker than texter.
Yes, that's very apparent.
Now, you can't text for tee times, but you can pick up the telly and call 435-688-1700 Coral Canyon Golf Course. Plan ahead. Give yourself a week or two. Make your tee times. Now through the holidays, obviously, people want to play. It's just been beautiful weather. What beautiful weather we got this weekend here in town. Absolutely dialed in. Coral Canyon brings you Big Deal. No big deal. This is kind of becoming a famous segment for us because we only do it Mondays once a week. Let's do it right now.
All right. Big deal, no big deal. After the loss to Texas A&M, LSU went through with the firing of head coach Brian Kelly, who is owed a $54 million buyout. He joins Mike Gundy, James Franklin, Billy Napier, and Sam Pittman as P4 coaches ousted before the season ends.
Yeah, I mean, this is the new norm in college football. It's not surprising. He left the office early Sunday afternoon. He did not return. Tigers are on a bye week, so attendance was optional. So, look, they're thinking SEC. They're thinking win the title. They're thinking get in the college football playoffs. That is the goal. That is the expectation in Baton Rouge. And they lost 49-25 to Texas A&M, and that level of expectation just didn't happen. And the athletic director made the decision after the stomp down, and it is a big deal that you're willing to, again, just like James Franklin at Penn State, you're willing to pay out millions and millions and millions of dollars. Not $6 million, not $16 million, not $26 million, not $36 million, over $50 million left due. Now, they're still negotiating and finalizing that buyout exactly, but it's right around the $54 million mark.
Yeah.
That is the new norm. Like, people don't care. Boosters will pay it. They'll collectively get that money to him, and they're moving on. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And coaches, I don't know if people understand the level of stress that a coach and the coach's family and the coach's kids have. You're moving around. You're latching on with staff. You're trying to climb the coaching ladder. You're waiting for your big break as a position coach or a coordinator. And you get to a pinnacle like Brian Kelly had, and you're the head coach of LSU, mighty LSU. And you can't win. You can't win big games, and now you're out. And there's just not a lot of leeway. There's not a lot of patience. There's not a lot of, you can't have a bad season and then just say, we'll get them next year and administration loves me. It's just not the way it works now. The expectations are way higher than that in college football, higher than they've ever been, in my estimation.
I would agree, but him and Jimmy Franklin have a lot in common in the fact that in their records against top 5 and top 10 teams. Brian Kelly 3-11 versus the top 10, 1-12 against top 5 opponents throughout his time at Notre Dame and LSU. So he's never been a stranger for losing the big ones, and he continued to this season. I had higher aspirations for LSU this year with Nussmeier coming back,
too, yeah.
a stable of good receivers, and Barryon Brown, one of the fastest players in the NCAA, comes over, and they just aren't able to really produce much offensively. And Brian Kelly's an offensive guy. Like, that's where he cut his teeth. I mean, I just think that LSU's got a ton of issues, and $54 million is a lot of money. But again, when you lose every big game, it seems like, and every time you're faced with a prime time opportunity, other than the Clemson game to start the season, they won that on the road, but Clemson's proven to be a bad team. So LSU just they got to get a new direction of leadership. They got to get a new voice in there. Brian Kelly is just, the locker room might be lost at this point. So,
yeah, well, the new voice is their associate head coach, Frank Wilson. He's also the running back coach. He'll be the interim head coach. Mm-hmm. That'll be next up. They play number 4 Alabama in Tuscaloosa coming off a bye week. So at least they have the bye week, and then they got to go to Bama.
Yeah.
So big deal there for Paul and I on. And look, he was 8-4 with Jaden Daniels, and he wins the Heisman. And obviously, last year they went and lost games to Florida, Bama, A&M, and it wasn't roses last year. And so you're hoping that this year was going to be ahead in the other direction.
But LSU's a national championship program.
Right.
Nick Saban won one there. Les Miles won one there. Ed Ogeron won one there, if people forget, with Joe Burrow and all those fellas. So
Kelly took over in 2022. At his time at LSU, the Tigers are 23-13. 23-13 record-wise against ranked teams since 2022. They have more losses against, being in the rankings against other ranked teams than any other program. 13 losses
against
while they were
opponents.
ranked against ranked.
And that's
look, you're in the ACC, or you're in the SEC.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy.
Every week is normally a ranked matchup, but still, when you're LSU, when you've got a Heisman winner, you've gotten 2 Heisman winners in the last 5 years with Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels. And they won the championship with Joe Burrow, but that was a different coach, different program. And now you have a second Heisman Trophy winner. You go 8-4. You've got another guy that was one of the top odds favorites in Nussmeier going into the season, and you just totally flounder. I think this is a right idea by LSU. And the AD that made the firing, this was a really interesting tweet I saw earlier today. This is from Jeff Goodman. So let me get this straight. LSU athletic director Scott Woodward hired Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M and also Brian Kelly at LSU. Both were fired, and the schools have to pay $130 million in buyouts, and he still has a job, the AD Scott Woodward. This is absolutely insane that some of these ADs aren't held accountable for their poor decisions.
Yeah.
So incredible. He's strapped 2 schools financially and not even lost a job in the process. So pretty amazing stuff.
He is alumni of LSU, from what I understand. So this was kind of his dream job.
Yeah.
Look, at the time, he had to lure Brian Kelly away from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Like that at the time, nobody was saying that was a bad hire. Now they're saying it's a bad hire. I don't think I can pin all that on Scott Woodward.
Well, don't you remember Brian Kelly just didn't seem like a cultural fit for LSU? He was doing the fake Southern accent at the basketball game, if you remember that, when he was talking to the crowd, and just kind of didn't seem genuine and a good fit for LSU.
But look, you got to be able to. It's not the old school approach coaching. You have to be a recruiter first and foremost. You have to get the NIL money. You have to be a talent evaluator. You are scouting for NFL talent. If you go out in the portal and you can't assess guys that not only fit you culturally, but that can make an impact on the field, you don't have time to screw that up. And obviously, Brian Kelly, LSU went out and launched this huge funding campaign to increase their NIL, to pay their players. They had transfers stepping into starting roles on the offensive line, the defensive line, and the secondary, and they can't win.
Yeah.
They can't win, and you're out.
He's out.
You're out. I'm sure going into the offseason, he felt like he did a good job. And Scott Woodard's looking at it like, we got money, we got the program, we got the facilities, we got the conference, everything's there, and we're not winning. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Now he's got to get this hire right, or you're right. If he goes 0 for 3, Jimbo Fisher, Brian Kelly, and then fill in the blank next LSU coach, that guy should be without a job 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
All right, big deal, no big deal. With the series tied 1-1, traveling back to Los Angeles, the Dodgers have maybe the hottest pitcher in baseball. Yoshinobu Yamamoto has pitched the first complete game in the World Series since 2015, his second straight postseason complete game.
Big deal.
Huge deal.
Yeah, big deal.
It was a big deal when they signed him, and this is what they signed him for. Like, you get into the World Series, you're pitching in your first ever World Series, and you do that.
Yeah.
You prove, you show everybody what you're capable of. And everybody thought the Dodgers' bats were unreal and defensively they were great, but you weren't sure about the pitching, right? And the bullpen. And, don't need a bullpen when your starter goes complete game. And that was huge after losing game 1 to bounce back and get that performance. So cannot sugarcoat that. That is absolutely 100% a big deal.
I would say big deal. Yeah. I mean, it's an easy one here. I mean, I think that as of all the Japanese import pitchers, Daisuke Matsuzaka, who played for the Red Sox when I was a kid, Yu Darvish. I think that Yamamoto might be the best one of all of them. I mean, just the way he's pitching in the high leverage situations. Seems like Yu Darvish every time in the playoffs falters, but this is a guy that's clutch, that has gone out there pitch after pitch and just stayed locked in, stayed dialed in, like not allowing any meatballs over the middle. To go a complete game in the postseason, that is a feat. I mean, with all the pitching changes that we see to match up against lefties, righties, and for one pitcher to go the long haul, go all the way, and then at the end of the game, clean up the dugout.
Yeah.
He was, Newsweek tweeted out that he stayed after the game, cleaned out the whole dugout before he entered the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Class act.
Yamamoto.
Yeah,
So
I like
good guy.
Yoshi.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
That's impressive.
It is cool. So
After that performance, you could be sitting back, kicking up your feet.
Yeah.
Give me a stogie skip. Instead, he's out there, cleaning up the sunflower seeds in the dugout.
That's right.
That is impressive to me. That means his parents raised him properly.
that's right.
Yeah.
So really cool there. And he's a great pitcher, and they're rolling right now.
All right, big deal, no big deal. SUU takes the axe back to Cedar City for the 3rd straight season. Wins at Greater Zion Stadium 28-7 behind a 3-touchdown performance from Joshua Dye.
Yeah, I mean, look, I got caught. I got called out trying to overhype this rivalry. Look, I need a better game. I need a better effort. Utah Tech's offense didn't show up.
No.
I mean, SU's defense been giving up points all season long.
Yeah.
They switched play calling responsibilities the last 2 games, and they've held teams to 24 points and now 7 points.
Yeah.
And you can't have your defense play all game. And the offense got moving, at least had some ball control in the second half. But I don't know. Like I see the numbers for Bronson Barron. He didn't have to do a lot. He just had to make some critical throws to keep some drives alive. When you have Josh Dye and you can break off a 92-yarder like he did and put the nail in the coffin, it's a luxury. Here's the concern. Joshua Dye is so good, I don't know how SUU keeps him. Enjoy the rivalry win, and he had 3 tatas, but it might be the last time he plays in this rivalry. How do you keep a guy like that goes to SUU, is one of the top guys in the FCS in rushing? He's a touchdown machine. He got his, 16th, 17th, and 18th touchdown in the game. He didn't even have that many touchdowns his whole high school career. This guy's obviously getting faster as he matures.
It's kind of a late bloomer.
He's a redshirt sophomore now.
Yeah.
Started his career at UTEP and hardly ran the ball at all. And now he's a superstar. And I don't know how SUU can muster enough NIL money together to keep him. I just don't see how that's possible. And today, people have to see what he's doing and go, man, we need a running back. Who's one of the best FCS running backs that we can go get and give $250,000 to, and they won't be able to do a thing about it. And that's Joshua Dye. And that's the scary thing. Enjoy him this season, T-Bird fans, because unless he is loyal and he loves Cedar City, and he doesn't want to leave a girlfriend or something, and they can put something compelling together. I don't know how you keep a guy like that. But they do win the rivalry game. Certainly, it's a big deal to retain it. We need a little more parity if we're going to keep getting this rivalry built. And if I'm going to keep hyping this rivalry, it can't be 28-7.
Yeah.
And Utah Tech can't only have one win in this rivalry matchup head-to-head.
And I think Delane Fitzgerald said it to us years ago that the preseason polls and the FCS, like the first team, second team, third team, is bad for the FCS because it serves as a recruiting platform for the FBS programs. They see who the top players are and just go, let's offer him. So, I mean, I think that the FCS is you're gonna lose some players.
Yeah, you're a feeder school to a certain
the
extent.
Power 4. You're going to lose some players, but
You have to embrace that. You have to
gotta
embrace that. I've said that for years.
And I think Utah Tech has been bit by that bug quite a bit. Joey Hobart, Cyrus Webster, a lot of key impact players left Utah Tech.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just the norm. I think that unless the collective up there in Cedar City gets a lot of money together, I agree with you. Joshua Dye will probably be gone.
Dude, he was the fastest guy. He was the best guy on the field. He was the most impressive player on the field.
He looked
like
above everyone else.
the only thing that he's only listed 5'9".
And that's
But
fine.
man, his balance, he's hard to see. He's hard to
It
tackle.
reminds
He's
me of Darren
fast.
Sproles. He looked a little bit like Darren Sproles from Kansas
Not
State and
as
the
much
Eagles, the
jukey as
Chargers.
Sprolesy, not as jitterbuggish as Sprolesy, but I see the comp. The speed is
He's
there.
short too.
Yeah, the speed is there.
Yeah. That one where he was running away from everybody and cut away towards the numbers. Yeah, that was a stamp that he made his presence known.
24 carries, 204 yards,
Yeah.
average 8.5 yards per carry and 3 touchdowns. And he's been doing this every week. It's not like this is all of a sudden some new breakout performance. Josh Dye has done this over and over and over. Certainly a big deal. SUU wins 28-7, and they retain the Axe in the battle for the Axe.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Okay, big deal, no big deal. Halloween brings not only tricks and treats this Friday, but 4 games of high school football playoff action in St. George.
Yeah, this is big time. This is a big deal. We were just up there Friday covering the Highland game against Dixie, and that game didn't exactly go the way we wanted, but I think we're going to have a different result this week with 4 of our teams in town, in action. It should be really fun, and we'll be covering them. We'll be covering it from the jump, so it'll be fun. 4 o'clock start times, right? Because of Halloween. Is that
is
confirmed?
the default time. Now, the schools, I believe, because of the holiday, the default time normally 6 o'clock, but I was told by an athletic director because it's Halloween that the default is 4 o'clock on this particular Friday.
Will the schools have their discretion to change that?
Sure,
or no?
sure.
Okay.
So, I'm sure we would have saw a situation most likely where, if Dixie or Desert Hills would have won, they both lost, they're both out. But if they would have won, you would have seen, Desert Hills at Snow Canyon and or Dixie at Hurricane, where they could have said, you know what, 2 crosstown rivals, there's no bus trip, there's no travel. Let's play it at, 6 o'clock for more people to get off work.
Yeah.
But with the team, with Green Canyon coming down to Snow Canyon, with Highland coming down to play Hurricane, with Skyline coming down, so some of these teams from up north all traveling down to southern Utah, then I think you're going to see probably most of those games be at 4 o'clock. Maybe somebody slips one back to 5.
Okay.
We'll have to be checking with athletic directors, today and throughout the week. I'm sure nothing was decided over the weekend. It'll probably all be decided today. If those times get set in stone, we will let you know. We will let you know. So the brackets are out, and obviously it's a big deal. Unfortunately, Dixie and Desert Hills both bowed out of the 4A state football playoffs this past week.
Yeah. Disappointing, but some good teams in Green Canyon and Highland that they played. So we'll see both those teams in action this week.
Yep, we will. We will. Gonna be fun. All right, big deal, no big deal in the books. We got to take a break. Back in a flash. Finley Hyundai Studios. It's The Drive. Don't touch that dial. You remember this song, Paulie?
I do remember this song.
Come on.
This is a good
Come
pull.
on, you used to jam to this back in the day.
I did, yeah, absolutely.
You're a hits guy.
I'm a hits
this
guy.
was a hit.
It's right up my alley.
Actually, I don't know. When that song came out, you were probably like not even 10 years old.
Yeah. I wonder when that did come out. Let me look that up.
Oh, now we got a fact check.
Yeah, I got a fact check.
Fact check it.
That's
Fact
right.
check it. We're live. Welcome back, everybody. Fan Sports Network. Busy Monday. Ton more to get to, but hit a couple different topics there with Big Deal. No big deal. Obviously, everybody's best thing from the weekend. We've still got a ton to get into, but right now, want to bring in Quinn Allgood, who is one of the owners of Tag and Go Car Wash. They got the Scare Wash coming up. Quinn, good morning. How we doing?
Good morning. I'm doing great.
This started because you lost your mother. This is where this all began, this Scare Wash. Is that correct?
Yeah. So we had the crazy idea from our employees that they wanted to do a scare wash. They wanted to create this haunted kind of experience. And when they talked about that, I was like, this is a great idea. But we wanted to have a purpose behind it. And so that's where we kind of, because it was in the month of October, my mom actually passed away from breast cancer. Like, hey, this could be the perfect opportunity to be able to give back. And so, 6 years ago, we created our first one, and we found a few people that were going through and battling cancer. And this is our opportunity to give back.
And this goes all week long. It started over the weekend. It goes all the way through this Thursday at every single Tag and Go?
No, so this is the only one is going to be across the street from Costco.
Okay.
There in St. George.
So that's the one that's decorated. That's the one where you've got extra people out there messing with everybody and having some fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's one of those great times. I was just out there on Saturday. I brought my boy and then a couple of nephews that love going to it. They had their clown makeup on there, looking all creepy. I'm like, you got little kids out here trying to scare these adults and teenagers.
Oh.
So it's a great time.
So like, what do you do in the car wash? Do you have people kind of jump at the car, or I have not been through the Scare Wash, so I'm intrigued.
We'll ruin the surprise here.
Well, but it's still going to be a surprise.
Okay. All
like
right.
set the scene for
Get
me a
the
little bit
scene,
here,
yeah.
Quinn. I mean, is it? Do you guys throw some extra, fog machines into the car wash or something?
Yeah, so we have. So when you pull up on the site, we have a bunch of people out there dressed up in costumes. We have the lights off, kind of some other, flashing lights, and we got to get some music out there.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to get that the soundtrack from Halloween, that creepy song. I think one of those.
You
songs,
don't have to do that, Quinn.
No, it'd be a
You don't
great
have to
song.
do
It's a
that.
suggestion. You're right.
Well, actually, one year we had a hearse out there with some music, and so like every
Oh,
year's
nice.
a little bit different.
Like
but
the organ, the organ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the organ's good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you pull on up, and then we do ask. This is a fundraiser, and so we have a fee for $7 for people that don't have a pass, and then $25 for people that don't. Sorry. $7 for people that have a pass, $25 for people that don't have a pass, and that 100% of the profits goes to this fundraiser. But as you go around, people are going to be jump scaring you. People are going to be like going through the soap, and so yeah, I guess I shouldn't ruin it. But
Yeah.
this weekend was great. Actually, we had it looked as though we had a few people come from some of the retirement communities.
Oh, yeah.
And so we had some older people that came through, and it was actually amazing, and
I
they
bet.
loved it. I mean, it's the energy side of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
When you
It's
see
fun.
people that bring the energy to you just create a lot
Kind
more
of feed
energy.
off
Right.
it a little bit.
do.
Yeah, absolutely.
How much have you guys been raising with this? And where's the money going this year? Have you picked a certain family, or is it just into a general fund, or how does that work?
Yeah, so we did pick a family. So Amber Hart. So crazy story.
Yeah.
So she, her family has gone through so much. So she has a son that's 4 years old. He had cancer and just completed his treatments not too long ago.
Right.
And she lost a child just recently as well. And now she's going through cancer. And she's pregnant, 17 weeks pregnant.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
So much tragedy in their lives. And this is one of those things that's like, from experience of going through this takes a financial burden on their family.
Yeah.
And so this is the opportunity that we can give back and help them out. And so we actually do them through a few different locations throughout the state. And so last year we raised right around $30,000. And so we've raised a couple $100,000 throughout the years. And it's just awesome to be able to give back and help them out.
That's fun. That's fun. Scare Wash, check it out. They're going to do it at the Costco Tag and Go here in St. George. You want to cruise over there? You got to go to Costco anyway. You probably need some extra candy for Friday night.
I know you made a Costco run the other day, right before the parade.
Actually, I did not make a Costco run. I was lazy, and it was the Utah Tech homecoming parade, and I stopped at Harmon's on the way.
There you go.
Remember we were up in Highland the night before?
yeah,
We
The
got
whole way
home at
I'm like,
1:30 in the morning.
I got to get some candy for that parade.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It was before the parade. I just stopped at Harmon's. But yeah, it's going on now. You can go tonight, 7 to 9, every night, all week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So for the next 4 nights, Costco Tag and Go, the Scare Wash. Get on over there, and that'll all go to the Hart family. Anything else to add, Quinn?
No, I mean, we just love having, we love being a part of the community, and that's a big part for us. And so any time that we can give back is a great time for us.
I love it. I love it. Started for close to home, obviously, and now this is year 6 or 7.
I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a long time.
Cool. 7 to 9 o'clock all week, every night this week. $7 if you have a Tag and Go membership. $25 if you don't. But 100% of the profits will go to the Hart family. And 7 to 9 p.m. Go check it out, Quinn. Great to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Big hour 2 coming up, Paulie. We got a big hour 2. We still have a ton to get to.
A lot of stuff over the weekend. Absolutely.
Yep. We're going to take a break. We're going to get back at it here on the other side. Top 8. We talk Jazz. We got a college football roundup. We got NFL. We got to go dash through the games. We've got more from Black Desert Resort, where Michael Brennan, in just his 3rd ever PGA Tour start, is now a winner on the PGA Tour. How about a sponsor exemption winning the tournament? More on that, plus some hear from Michael Brennan coming up in hour 2. It's The Drive. Be right back. Hey, everybody, we are back. What's going on a Monday? Fun day. We love our Mondays around here. We don't mind getting up bright and early and talking sports with you. Mondays are packed. Oh my gosh, so many different directions we go. We got to talk some college football.
Yeah.
We got to talk some NFL football. Let's start with the college football here, Paulie, for a second. In-state recap. Let's start for just all of our fans in Southern Utah and in St. George that were at that game. Wasn't quite a sellout as it was announced, but it was a great crowd. Would you say
Best crowd all year.
biggest crowd of the year, which it should be, right? Should be the biggest crowd of the year.
That's right.
For Trailblazers and T-Birds. And when the dust settled, it was a one-sided affair. And, Utah Tech got stymied and, Dye delivers, and the Thunderbirds get the rivalry win, getting ready for, this stretch run in which SUU could win their final 4 games left, and I still could be half right, Paulie, from the preseason where I said
Right.
SUU would win 8+ games and go to the FCS playoffs. They can't win 8, but they could win 7, and 7 still, because of the parity in the FCS, still could get them in because of the schedule that they play.
Yeah, Austin P, Eastern Kentucky, Central Arkansas, North Alabama, the Final 4 for Southern Utah. So, yeah, the Austin P game, they're probably going to be a home dog in that game to 5-3 Austin P. But the rest of the way, 3-5 Eastern Kentucky, 3-5 Central Arkansas, and 2-6 North Alabama. They've got a chance.
They're 2-2 in conference.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a chance to run the table. I think this week, this game against Austin P, probably the hardest of the remaining tests. But, yeah, they looked good the past 2 weeks against Abilene Christian, who was a ranked team when they beat them. And then, of course, beating Utah Tech pretty soundly 28-7. So, SUU, yeah, despite this tough start to the season, the San Diego loss in overtime, the huge point output for Northern Arizona, the UC Davis game, but they are trending up and playing better as of late.
Yeah, Lando Brown was creating havoc. Adamski had 15 tackles. Mikey Allen had a huge hit on Eric Olson at the goal line and a 4th down turnover.
Yeah.
Mikey Allen also had a first half interception. I thought he was tremendous. But look, when you cannot tackle what you can't see, and when you're faster than everybody, you're faster than everybody. That is Joshua Dye. I thought he had the biggest impact on this game with the 204 yards and the 3 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, he had a massive game.
Yeah.
And Coach Anderson said on the Tuesday Zoom call that he thought that this would be the best running back they've played all season, and it absolutely was. Joshua Dye proved, and I've found his last touchdown call that made it 25-0 late in the game. If it was the 92-yarder, yes. The 92-yarder late in the game, and it proved to be the final straw that broke the camel's back for Utah Tech's defense. But it was just a amazing play, like fundamentally, conceptually, and then just the athleticism.
We were taught, Paulie, at the time, we were like, okay, 3rd down here, maybe they can flip the field position. Maybe there's still 11 minutes to go. Maybe Utah Tech can get the ball right back. They're down 3 scores, but there's still some clock, and it's 21-0. But you're looking at this game and the time and the score, and you weren't completely dead at that point.
Yeah.
And this was kind of the proverbial nail in the coffin.
This was the nail in the coffin.
It was 18-0 at this point, right?
18-0. This is pretty much what did Utah Tech in right here.
Dye, first down, much more. Joshua Dye, it's a foot race to the end zone. The speedster will not be caught. 92-yard touchdown romp, and that may be the dagger for the T-Birds in.
And you heard Rod say it there, that could be the dagger, and it was the dagger. Utah Tech would go on to score 7 points, but it would end 28-7. And Joshua Dye, I said on the broadcast multiple times, he put his statement, his stamp, whatever you want to call in this game, of this edition of the rivalry. Joshua Dye was the MVP, the most valuable player on the field, cutting above everybody else.
SUU total yards 394, Utah Tech 366. Passing yards, T-Birds only had to have 156, but 238 on the ground.
Yeah.
Tech had 244 passing, 122 on the ground. It was well played. It wasn't fights. There wasn't unsportsmanlike conducts. In fact, there was only 5 flags the entire game. I did like how the game flowed from a competitive standpoint as far as sportsmanship and whatnot. But the axe will stay in Cedar City as the T-Birds down the Blazers 28-7. And, they just set the tone early. They marched right down the field on that opening drive, and they just really never looked back.
Yeah, they looked really impressive. That was 80 yards, just shoving it down the throats of the Trailblazers, running the football. Their physical style. Coach Anderson talked about that in the Tuesday Zoom as well. He said this was a really physical football team, and they proved that up front and with Joshua Dye all night long. So Bronson Barron, good game, but he didn't really have to be great in this game because Joshua Dye was just that good.
Yeah, and you still need to figure out how you can be more consistent offensively for Utah Tech. I thought their defense played pretty well. I know 8,000 seats at Greater Zion Stadium. There was about 7,000 seats there, so it was not a sellout. So I lost the friendly conversation wager with Delane Fitzgerald.
You did.
So I guess I'm going to be forking up some golf at Black Desert.
That's right.
So but it was a good crowd. But it's a good crowd. It's good hard. I should have known better with the records of these two teams to know. I thought maybe, just maybe, we could get 8,200 in there, which I think is capacity.
Yeah.
We were about 1,000 shy of a sellout.
That's right.
About 1,000 shy of a sellout. And I think Coach intentionally didn't pass out one of his tickets just to make sure that there was at least one open seat.
At least one, right?
I should have known that was not going to be a winning wager for me.
Yeah, that's right.
I kind of knew that and felt that, but I knew it would still be a good crowd. I was hoping for a better, closer game. As a member of the media that covers both the T-Birds and the Blazers, I want them, and Paul, you and I were doing the radio broadcast. I just wanted it to matter going to the fourth quarter, and it just didn't. It really didn't.
There was separation.
Yep. All right. Man, we've got other football to get into.
Yeah.
How about those BYU Cougars? Let's jump over from this game that happened at Greater Zion Stadium Saturday night to an earlier afternoon game Saturday. This was not a great start for BYU. They give up a home run touchdown on the second play of the game. Was it the very first play of the game?
Iowa State got up 17-7 in the first quarter.
Yeah, they got a hot
rolling.
start.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, oh my goodness, is this going to be just like last year where there's that letdown for BYU? And then they had LJ Martin get knocked out of the game due to injury, and you're going,
all things going bad.
Holy smokes. And then if you weren't sold on the freshman Bear Bachmeier by now, you better be, after he put on a clinic. Him and Parker Kingston found a little magic out at Iowa State, and the Cougars come roaring back to take a huge 14-point win on the road against a good Big 12 football program.
That's right, and they were up 7, and it was 34-27 in the fourth quarter, and Rocco Becht and the Cyclones are driving, and it was BYU's defense, which has been great all year long. Satuala's pick 6, as we'll hear it here, helped BYU pull away from Iowa State.
Quite yet, but he knows what it takes to be effective in the fourth quarter. Oh my
Intercepted, taken away from Burkle at Satuala to the end zone for a
quite yet.
Benetti bringing his fastball there. Rate the call, Benetti. I know Robert Griffin talking over him a little bit. But.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like RG3 2 weeks ago in the Holy War.
Yeah, he's not my favorite.
He took a little. He tries to use too big a word sometimes. I think he tries to act a little bit too smart. It's not endearing to the fan base when he's trying to act like he's smarter than you.
Yeah.
I think he needs just to tone it down. He actually has some really valid points, though. As far as his knowledge of the game, is very good.
Yeah, but the way he presents
I think it's
it
just,
at times.
yeah, exactly. But I didn't not like Robert Griffin on the broadcast in the Holy War. I thought he was fine, but other people really didn't. The raving reviews were not there for RG3.
But every time Benetti, the play-by-play guy, Jason Benetti's on the call, I enjoy the game.
Yeah.
He brings a lot of energy to the mic, and that play was kind of the separating piece.
And Swatuali was the one that got burned on the opening play for the touchdown. And he wasn't even going for the tackle there. He was cutting on the ball. It was pick six or break on that one.
Yeah, it was.
And he got
it
to
was
it.
pick six or completion for Iowa State. So, and he made the play and really set BYU apart and gave him that 41-27 win. Like you talked about with Bachmeier, he had a great game, 22 of 35, 307, and 2 touchdowns, clean sheet with no interceptions, and he added 49 and another touchdown on the ground. So without LJ Martin, the next leading rusher behind Bachmeier was Preston Rex. So yes, he was asked to do a lot yesterday, and he did. Parker Kingston, 133 and 2. Chase Roberts, 128 yards. So he was getting the receivers involved. Both those guys, 7 and 8 catches, 15 catches between your top 2 receivers. A good sign for Aaron Roderick and the BYU offense. So yeah,
the concern moving forward is LJ Martin, right?
Yeah,
LJ Martin hurt, then could not return. So. Iowa State. BYU has 2 byes this year, and this is a bye week, right?
Yeah.
This week. So it comes up as a perfect time after Utah and a road game, Iowa State, and where you're still unbeaten, but they don't play again until November 8th. And it's probably setting up the most important game for the Cougars in years. Yes.
And I think this will be another big noon game for BYU.
And they could drop game day. They could drop big noon kickoff there. Fox or ESPN, one of those should be there.
8-0 versus 7-1. So yeah, I mean, unless Texas Tech loses this week, it'll be an undefeated team going against a 1-loss team from Lubbock. The biggest game of the season for BYU and the biggest game of the Big 12 slate thus far. We haven't had a matchup like this other than the Holy War, an undefeated team and a 1-loss team. So
what's amazing is Kalani has the Cougars last year and this year 19 wins and 2 losses.
Yeah,
only Ohio State has more wins over that stretch than BYU. Indiana, Oregon, Notre Dame, Texas have also won 19 games since the start of the 24 season. So BYU with just the wins and losses is right up there with the Blue Bloods and the top college football programs historically.
Just 2 years ago. Now everyone wants to paint the rosy picture that it's always been great, but the first year in the Big 12
was not great.
5-7, 2-7 in the conference. It was no bowl game. It was rough. There was talk of Kalani, not being fired, but his seat was getting hotter. And then these last 2 years has just been incredible turn, just a change of events for BYU football. They're all of a sudden a power in the Big 12 with no Texas, no Oklahoma, and Oklahoma State. Everyone figured to be the next in line with Gundy and all the high-flying offenses and draft picks, and he's out of a job now. So really, when you look at the hierarchy, the power struggle in the Big 12, it really is the Beehive State that has 2 really, really good teams. And Texas Tech that spent a lot of money on their roster. We've talked about that a lot throughout the offseason. But BYU and Utah are in the mix. And if Utah or if BYU beats Texas Tech and they have that second loss and they continue to lose with their starter Baron Morton out and Hammond dinged up as well.
No, ACL.
Oh, he's done.
He's done for the season.
Okay,
ACL. He was playing again Saturday, and he tore his ACL. He is out for the season. So they need their starter to get back quickly, or that's a grease fire. Now, they do have the bye week, so Baron Morton could be back for the BYU game.
And they'll need him for that game because I don't think you want to have your third stringer going against the BYU and Jay Hill's defense. But like the hierarchy I was saying, Texas, Oklahoma leave. It was who's going to take the mantle as the top program in the Big 12. A lot of people thought TCU after they made the national title with Sonny Dykes had that magic season. But really, Kansas State, Iowa State, all these teams, Kansas, Houston, everyone's wondering who's going to step up, but is it BYU that takes the mantle as one of the top programs, if not the top program?
They were 3-point underdogs Saturday, and I had no qualms about BYU winning that game, except for the way it started. And then when LJ Martin gets knocked out in the first, Sarah got knocked out in the first quarter. Neither of those guys came back. Jack Kelly got banged up. Purcell got banged up. Even Bear Bachmeier got dinged up a little bit. That was a very physical game in front of 60,000 plus fans out there at Jack Trice Stadium in Ames, Iowa.
Yeah, and that's a tough place to play, basketball or football. Cyclones Athletics, their fans bring it. They bring a very defined home court, home field advantage, and that's one BYU can hang their hat on. Yeah. They've gotten 2 wins the last 2 weeks that have been more impressive than any other win this season. So they are trending up. They're hot. They're top 10 in the country right now in the AP poll. So right now, BYU football is legit. And I remember I was thinking before the season with Retzlaff gone, changeover in the quarterback room. It's going to be tough, true freshman. But, man, they have really exceeded my expectations and I think nationwide expectations.
BYU didn't even have Raider DeMooney or JoJo Phillips available in Ames. And so this second bye week could not come at a better time. Kalani was asked about the bye week. He said, we're going to do what science tells us to do. And he was pressed on that a little bit. And he's like, that's our competitive advantage. I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
So they're going to get right. Maybe they're going to back it down. Maybe they're going to really not run Oklahoma drills at practice.
Yeah, more recovery based on the bye week.
Yeah. Maybe extra firesides up there in Cougar Land, getting everybody spiritually right for huge game, which is going to have national playoff implications, Big 12 title game implications.
12, Like if you win this game, you're in the Big 12 title game.
Yes.
You will be in.
Yes.
It'll punch your ticket.
Yeah.
So.
And look, Utah looked good Saturday night as well. They took it to prime. That game was never in question from the get-go. Utah just stuffed Colorado's offense and just absolutely annihilated the Buffs in Salt Lake City.
And Bird Ficklin, I know a lot of people love Dampier, and he's been good, but I think the future for Utah football is Bird Ficklin. In the first half, 163 rushing yards and a touchdown, 113 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Again, in the first half. I mean, he was dicing them up. His dual threat ability. I know Dampier, a good dual threat, but I liked what I saw from Ficklin, albeit against a weaker defense in Colorado. But I think the future is bright at the quarterback position for the Utah Utes.
Cougars stay at number 10 in the coaches poll. They're 6 points less than number 9 Miami, so they're still in the top 10 there in both polls. Utah jumped back in with that 53-7 blowout win over Colorado. They had, after losing to BYU, dropped out of the polls. They climbed back into 24 in both polls, the coaches and the AP polls. So they're both ranked. Obviously, ESPN's College Game Day is in town for the Utah-Cincinnati matchup, which is 8:15 this Saturday. So game day, if you're going to be in Salt Lake for that night game, College Game Day is going to be in Salt Lake City this Saturday. And then will it be in Texas in 2 weeks? We'll have to wait and see. They won't announce that until probably the weekend. But, lot of excitement about the state of BYU and Utah, even though they just played each other and it went to BYU. Utes with that nice response. They are not out of the mix like you alluded to, Paulie.
Yeah.
Don't count the Utes out.
They're not out. No, they're still in. They need some losses. They need some help in front of them, but they can still make it to the Big 12 title game with some help.
Yep.
And last one, Utah State, man, they got beat down pretty bad by a bad New Mexico team, 33-14. I was watching a little bit of this, and I thought Utah State was going to be in the Mountain West title game talks till the end of the season. Not in it, but in the talks, in the mix, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But this will do them in pretty much. To lose to the Lobos, who are 5-3, not terrible this year, but I mean, I feel like they lost everything. Their coordinator, their quarterback to Utah. So New Mexico still does find a way to beat Utah State, pretty much double them up and win 33-14. So it wasn't a good game for Utah State. They scored their first points of the game came with 4:51 in the second quarter, and that was preceded by two touchdowns, a safety, and a field goal for New Mexico. So they got behind early.
Other notable scores: Eastern Washington goes into Ogden and edges Weaver State 23-20. So Weavecats are now just 1-3 in the Big Sky, 3-5 overall.
Might be the closing in on the end for Mickey Mental, but I mean, he could still write the season, but not a great year up there in Ogden.
No. UC Davis looks like still the team to beat, but Montana State is still the team to beat. Even though UC Davis is undefeated and they've got signature wins, Montana State is still the team to beat in that conference, if you ask me. But Montana might have something to say about it this year, too. So Montana, UC Davis, and Montana State are all tied for a three-way tie at 4-0 in the Big Sky. And Weaver State's 1-3.
Okay.
So they're toast in the conference.
Yep.
They're not going to the playoffs this year. Just 3 wins on the season. All right, got to take a break. A little college football rundown for you here on the Fan Sports Network on a Monday. Back after a message from our great local partners to the Findlay Hyundai Studios. Hey, we're back. Did you miss us? That was a quick break.
Yeah,
we weren't gone long.
No.
Devin, Paulie, Tara hanging out. It's the Drive Morning crew here from the Findlay Hyundai Studios. Show today brought to you by Prime IV. Flu season fast approaching. You need to get in there and get a super powerful drip. After yesterday at Black Desert, I need to get into Prime IV because, Paulie, I was following.
Whoa.
What?
Sorry, buddy. I just realized that Michael Brennan's from Leesburg, VA.
Yeah.
He's like from right down the street from me. Yeah. I did not know that.
So we were going to talk some golf.
Yeah.
And Paulie just got a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, they're celebrating. There's a huge throng of people. There's a video from River Creek
we
Country
went to Wake
Club.
Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Country Club.
Okay, yeah. So
Have you played that course?
I have not played it. Dutchie has played it, but yeah.
He would have done irreversible damage, so it's a good thing.
I'm not barred from the course. No, but there was a huge throng of people celebrating at River Creek in Leesburg, VA, where Michael Brennan grew up playing golf, and today the club is celebrating being the home of the latest winner on the PGA Tour.
Of course.
Leesburg, awesome.
Yeah.
I like Michael Brennan a little more now.
I'm glad I didn't sneeze right in his birdie putt on 2 or hole 3 because I was getting like the sneezes yesterday.
Yeah, you and Tara have been fighting the allergy bug lately a little bit. Yeah.
I usually get them worse in the spring, but for some reason, there was something in the grass or something in the pollen in the air. I don't know what it was yesterday out of Black Desert, but I sneezed. I must have sneezed like 20 times yesterday.
Whoa.
They're like, get it under control.
And they always come in pairs. I've had it happen on the show a few times. There's always two. Do you always sneeze once or twice? I always have two. It's never just one. It's the interesting phenomenon of a sneeze. Okay, Michael Brennan. Do you want to hear from Michael Brennan for a second?
We're working on it.
The latest winner on the PGA Tour. This is pretty cool. Not only does he get over $1 million paycheck, 1.08 with the Bank of Utah Victory. I mean, she's got to think about it. He joined the field as a sponsor exemption. I was talking to Patrick Manning about that a little bit. We were on the 18 grandstand yesterday. I'm sitting there talking to Patrick, and I'm like, hey, congrats, you've done it again. And I was like, hey, and how about your committee team? Because as Michael Brennan's got a couple holes left, there was no question he's going to win. He's like, how about your committee giving an exemption to a guy that won it again?
Yeah.
Again, Matt McCarty and now Michael Brennan. I mean, and I do want to say this about Matt McCarty. He ends up tied third, but that's a pretty darn good title defense, isn't it?
Right.
Like 16 under. It's not like he didn't show up. Like he went really low. He had that 28 on Friday. On the back nine was the lowest on tour. We saw a limping Max Homa getting around the course. He climbs up with that eagle on 18, the thunderous yell of the crowd. Brandt Snedeker, when I was talking with Patrick about this, last year Snedeker was on a sponsor exemption invite, but he had to withdraw. He didn't actually come and play. This year he comes and plays, and Snedeker shoots 63, 8 under par, which was the round of the day on Sunday to climb up into the top 10, T9 there with Max Homa. So Michael Brennan wins the $1 million paycheck. He gets he doesn't get the 500 FedEx Cup points, does he? I don't know why. It shows the graph on PGAtour.com that he doesn't get the 500 FedEx Cup points.
Really?
I don't know why. But Richard Hoey gets 300 FedEx Cup points and $654,000, and then McCarty gets 118 FedEx Cup points and $260,000 there for T3. The T3 money got chopped because there was a big log jam there with like 7 guys at 16 under. Matt McCarty, Pearson Coody, David Ford, Thorbjorn Olesen, Ben Silverman, Justin Lauer. All those guys end up T3.
So this is a really cool video I found from the PGA Tour of Americas. After Michael Brennan finished number 1 and won the Black Desert Championship, and a lot of the players on the Corn Ferry were excited about it because he cut his teeth on the Corn Ferry. That's where he didn't. Oh, he didn't.
No, he doesn't. He skipped the
sponsor exemption. Okay, that's right.
He skipped the Corn Ferry.
Oh wow. Okay.
He was on the PGA Tour America's Tour right out of college the last couple months, and he's won 3 times on the PGA America's Tour. And he had by those wins he had secured his Corn Ferry card.
That's what it says. Earned
for
his Corn Ferry
2026. But now with this win, he'll skip the Corn Ferry Tour, and he's exempt on the PGA Tour now.
Okay, the little misconception there by me, but yeah,
that's right. Once you start golfing every day and you start figuring out, and talking golf with me at the actual golf course, then you will not make that mistake ever again.
Okay, well, nonetheless, they asked some of the Corn Ferry players how they felt about Michael Brennan's win on the PGA Tour, and this is what they had to say.
I can't say anything mean about Mike. I actually can't think of something bad.
Kind of feels like we're playing with Scotty Scheffler. Be nice if he wasn't in the field this week.
I mean, it's unfair. He's a petri dish baby. He's built like an absolute athletic specimen, and he hits the ball like one.
He just needs to leave, honestly.
Go home, Michael. Nobody wants you here.
Just want you to leave us alone. leave us alone. Next year, just leave us alone and go bother everyone else on the Corn Ferry Tour. I think that's what we all want, to be honest.
I can't say anything mean about
That was that's a lot of the guys he's been beating up on.
Yeah.
Having some fun. They're all smiling.
That's
that was
right.
all
Yeah,
They were
jazz.
enjoying it. Yeah. So they were happy for him.
He's good.
Yeah, he's real
Yeah.
good.
He's good. I mean, he's played in a couple majors. He got into the U.S. Open. It's not like we haven't seen him and we don't know that he's very talented. He was top 20 in college coming out of Wake Forest in the PGA U. I think he was 15th.
Dutch told me about a guy that is his teammate, Luke
Clanton.
Is he a Wake Forest guy too? Or is he a Clemson? Or
I think you.
let me check that.
Luke Clanton played in the field. He made the weekend.
Yeah, he did. I thought he was a teammate of him in
Florida
college.
State.
Florida State.
No,
Okay, no, my
they
fault.
were not. But Wake Forest and Florida State might have been in
Two
some of the
ACCs,
similar golf tournaments quite a bit, same conference. But yeah, no, different schools. But Clanton's got a lot of game too. He made the cut and played the weekend. And he's a guy coming right out of college.
He was
that's
the
getting
number one.
opportunity on the PGA Tour, which is not easy to do.
That's right.
So, I think with Max Homa, with Brant Snedeker, with Billy Horschel, you have, and then you get a sponsor exemption winning it, similar to last year. Rico Hoey jumps up into the top 100. He's McCarty with the T3, I think, jumps to 47, so he gets into some of the early signature events on that West Coast swing in January, February. Like there was some big things that happened, and there's still a lot of guys with 3 more fall events that are trying to keep their tour card and keep their status. So, but man, like hard to imagine what it's got to be like for Michael Brennan. When you're good, you're good. When you're hot, you're hot.
Yeah.
I mean, the fully exempt status on the PGA Tour, you knew it was coming anyway, but you didn't know it was coming this fast. But he goes out there and wins it 22 under par, shoots 67 in the first round, 65, then 64, and then Sunday with tucked pins and the pressure of making your just third PGA Tour start, he goes out and fires a 66 with the pressure. He's a robot.
Yeah.
I mean, and I said 15th. He finished 12th on the PGA Tour University in 2024. So out of the 132 players, he gets in on a sponsor exemption because of how well he's played on the PGA Tour Americas this year, where he won 3 times and was number 1 in the Fortinet Cup. And those were the guys you were hearing on that little clip moments ago saying, just go, get out of here, leave us alone. Yeah. I mean, he qualifies immediately for PGA Tour membership. He gets $1 million pay up. He does get the 500 FedEx Cup points. I don't know why that was left off on PGAtour.com because he does get them.
Yeah.
So now he all of a sudden, after a win, goes to 95th in the FedEx Cup, and he's now exempt into the 2026 Players Championship, the PGA Championship, and because the Century was canceled in Kapalua, that has been deferred, and he will get into the RBC Heritage. So Brennan gets in that signature event via this victory, and he just climbs into the top 50 in the official world golf rankings. Like,
Nice.
think, what a weekend for Michael Brennan here in St. George. It is absolutely mind-boggling. The doors that are now open and the ticket he's punched by winning.
Yeah. And it was incredible to watch. It was fun.
Yeah. I mean, good field, great weather.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness, I couldn't tell if the course looked better on TV or better in person.
It looked amazing on TV.
Yeah.
But
I would
seeing
lean.
it live,
The
too.
aerials, the drone shots of the hole sprawling through the lava.
Sure.
Yeah.
You just don't. And that's
4K
why
with
that's why
that.
the late Tom Weiskopf, who designed the course, said it's Kona meets Sedona because you have that lava with the red rocks and then the green grass with the rain we had a couple weeks ago. It just popped.
Yeah.
It just popped. You walk across the fairways, though, and it felt like I was walking across the fairways at a course like Augusta. Like
Nice.
the detail and the precision of the superintendent and the crew and the PGA Tour setup. They kept those greens
Well
just rolling
manicured.
true all weekend. The greens were rolling.
Yeah.
They were. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of fun. Michael Brennan, your champion. Rico Hoey solo second, and then Thornbill and Olison, guys like Matt McCarty, big log jam there, tied for third. I was rooting for Matt to get it going in that final round, going to the back nine to have a chance, and I was walking with him. The bogey on one, he swiped he's in the middle of the fairway, he's got a mid iron in his hands, and he swiped one right, left of the bunker, and couldn't get up and down. He bogeys one. And then on two, he swipes one left. He's left-handed, and it goes down into the lava on that steep slope on the left side of hole number 2, and he has to take an unplayable out of the lava. He does get that up and down. It was actually a really good bogey, but when you're starting the day 2 shots back, you're 15 under, and he's 17 under, and you go bogey, and he goes par birdie, all of a sudden, it's a 5-shot swing, and then he birdies 3. And McCarty pars it. So now you're down 6 shots after 3 holes. You're down 6 shots. And so McCarty just he got it going, got those shots back, ended up shooting 1 under on the day for the T3, which was really good effort in your title defense. He just didn't have it. Just didn't have his best stuff on a Sunday final round. But when you're the defending champion and you go back the next year and you go T3,
that's pretty good.
I think you'll take that.
Yeah, you will.
I think he absolutely 100. He just paid for half his house in one tournament check. He got $260,000.
Nice.
So, yeah, that had a little bit of everything. So a little recap there. Paulie, what did you think of Black Desert? You were out there a lot more this year than you were last year, right?
I was probably out there a good 6-7 more hours this year than last year. So I got to see more of the course. I walked around just about to every angle, the Oasis, the Michelob Oasis in that corner, the far 16 corner, 18. I got all the way around the course throughout the 2 days I was out there. So I really enjoyed it. It's like I said in the opening segment, for anyone that wasn't with us, I think it's reinvigorated me on trying to play golf. So,
oh boy,
yeah, it has. Just seeing those.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'm intrigued.
I know you seem a little lukewarm on the concept. You got a
seen
wry
you play.
smile.
I don't know if it's doable. This is like trying to teach Charles Barkley how to swing.
Okay, well, we're gonna give it a shot.
Charles Barkley's doing good. He's doing better.
Yeah, he's doing better. Anyone can improve, right?
Yeah. I mean, that Celebrity Pro-Am out in Tahoe, I think Chuck's last every year in that event.
Okay. Well,
I don't think he cares, though. I think he just enjoys the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, just watching the pros and just seeing how those guys just go about their business and up close, personal, it was really cool to see. And I'll definitely look forward to it next year and can't wait till they're back. I mean, it was a great tournament.
By the way, one of the other sponsor exemptions, former BYU player and Utah native Connor Howe, did make, out of the other guys, you had Preston Summerhays, Kihei Akina, Connor Howe. You had these guys, David Lickety, Utah Tech. Connor Howe was the only one that played the weekend. He ended up T56, shot 71 yesterday and 5 under for the tournament, but did play the third round. He shot 74, 3 over, and that's probably had some loose shots that he would have liked to have had back. There was some shots in this lava that had to be extremely agonizing for players. Friday we were going up to do the Dixie Highland game, and I was kind of tracking former Arizona State golfer Mason Anderson. Yeah. And you guys saw my reaction when he made a 9 on his final hole on Friday. At one point, Mason was 6 under par, top 5 with 9 holes to play. The lava gets him on his back 9, including a quadruple bogey on his final hole to miss the cut. He shoots even after the first 2 days. The 2 under was the cut line.
Yeah.
And all he had to do was double bogey that 9th par 5. He just needed a 7, and he plays the weekend. That's the cruel side of golf.
Exactly.
He tries to go for the green in 2. Just gets into the lava, tries to, take a drop, tries to play the miracle shot. He ends up in the lava again. It's just one of those holes that's just a little bit of a cluster. But you got to regroup, and that's the hard part about golf. That can be a grind on you when you're trying to keep your status as a professional, and it just doesn't seem to be going your way. And one those lava beds can absolutely jump up and grab you in a New York minute.
Absolutely.
How many drops did we have at Black Desert?
I don't know. Seemed like there was a lot. There was a lot of balls down in the lava.
It was 201 last year in the tournament.
Wow. Probably, I would assume close to that number, or maybe a little higher.
Okay.
Would be my guess, but I don't know for a fact.
Yeah, I'll see if I can look that up really quick. I don't think there was as many as last year. I think guys that were there I doubt they got to 201. That would have been that's way too many, and that's not water. That's just lava, unplayable lie drops. And that was 2024. Felt like there was a little less this year. Great conditions. Saw a lot of people we knew out there at the course. Met some new people. A lot of fun to cover the PGA Tour, Bank of Utah Championships at Black Desert Resort. All right, got to take a break. Come back. Let's go dashing through the games. Give out some game balls, little studs and duds. It was not a great. We haven't even talked NFL football. It was not a great slate over the weekend, Paulie.
No.
We did have Rodgers versus the Packers though last night. We'll talk a little bit about that. Studs and duds, and we'll get an update on everybody's still alive in the survivor pool, right?
Maybe.
Oh, is Tara out? Tara's out.
I'm out.
She's out.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. No, you seem fine with it.
I'm fine.
She's okay with it.
I'm still winning in fantasy, so.
There you go.
She likes consolation prizes.
That's
She's
right.
got one there.
Glass half full girl.
She is a glass half full girl. I like that about her.
We'll be back. It's The Drive. Show today is presented by Color Country Custom Coatings. JC, he is unbelievable over there at Color Country. You get $400 off one of their ceramic coatings that can restore the paint on your vehicle, your car, truck, your classic car. Maybe you got a used car that you want to dial in for your soon-to-be 16-year-old. Go see my guy JC over there at Color Country Custom Coating. 678-283-8124 if you want to call and see when he can fit you in and take advantage of that $400 off that permanent ceramic coating. 678-283-8124. Show also today brought to you by Kabuto Sushi and Ramen Bar. Don't forget this Thursday, Halloween karaoke. Prizes for the best dressed. Top 3 get prizes. Karaoke special. Haunted drink and food menu on Halloween. But not even Halloween. It's the night before Halloween. It's Thursday, October
Halloween
30th.
Eve.
I think that's brilliant for Kabuto to do this because as a parent, you probably can go out and do a little karaoke and have dinner because Friday parents are going to be with the kids. Are going to be at home handing out the candy or whatever the case might be. So Paulie has promised us some Neil Young, Keep On Rocking in the Free World.
Yeah, that's it.
From Kabuto on Thursday. And Tara did not tell you to stop singing only about 3 times on the whole drive down from Salt Lake back to St. George.
It was
late
more
Friday
on
night.
Tuesday. The Tuesday trip, I got flagged quite a bit for singing, I feel like.
Yeah. No, good stuff. Got to take the break. We're back in a flash. It's The Drive from the Findlay Hyundai Studio. Oh, yeah, we are at Wingnuts tonight, Monday Night Football. Paulie, last week on Monday, I forgot till the final couple minutes of the show to give out the code words, and I have done it again. So any of you that have been listening all show long are like, when's Devin going to give out some code words so we can get some extra opportunity drawings at Wingnuts? That time has come. Actually, I'm not going to give out the code words tonight. I'm going to let you do it, Paulie.
All right.
How many code words do we have tonight? We got Chiefs and Commanders tonight, the Monday night matchup.
Let's go one each. One name each for how many you determine the ticket amount they get if they name them both.
Well, you always get one for being there. You always get one if you're wearing a jersey. And then you always get one extra for each code word.
Okay.
Unless I do what I did last week because the Seahawks were on Monday night, and I said if you did go Hawks or go Mariners, you got 5 extra.
And I heard that a few times. I heard that after you left. A few people saying go Mariners,
I
go
love that.
Seahawks.
Oh, yeah. They didn't say it loud enough, though. They should have been heard in Toronto.
It should have.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
But so, yeah, just, if you have a jersey, you're there, and you have both code words, you get 4. Right when you sit down, you get 4 tickets right out of the gate.
Okay.
And then you get more for the more you order, and once you get food. And
all right, let's go 4 code words. I'll do
4 code words.
Wow.
2 for each team. 1 throwback player, 1 current player for each side.
Okay.
So I'll go DT for the Chiefs first. We'll go DT, Derek Thomas, as the Chiefs legend.
Okay.
3-time All-Pro, the only Hall of Famer to die during their playing career. Unfortunately, very tragic, but he was a legend. So we'll go Derek Thomas. And then I love the human joystick, Dante Hall. I remember watching him a bunch as a kid. That one season, the Chiefs started out like 11-0. He had like a bunch of run back touchdowns.
That's not a current player. You said you were going to do a current player.
Modern player. We'll say modern.
Oh, modern.
Yeah,
modern.
Not on the current team. I don't want to leave anybody or give players for the current teams. But we'll go for another Hall of Famer legend for the Commanders Redskins football team franchise. It'll be Art Monk will be the pull there, the Hall of Fame wide receiver, number 81, one of my favorites. And then the more modern player, we'll go Utah State man, Chris Cooley. How about that?
There you go.
For the other tickets. So Chris Cooley and Art Monk and Derek Thomas and Dante Hall. Those are your 4 code words tonight.
Yep, love it. We'll have some specials. We'll be broadcasting live from 4 to 6, taking you right up to a 6:15 kickoff. Come early if you want to get a good seat, but there's not a bad seat in the house.
Yeah.
And we will be there. We'll be giving away a jersey at halftime. And if you haven't come before, but you've been thinking about it, maybe tonight's a good night to come. Chiefs are favored
10. What is
it? It's a big number.
Yeah, I know it's big.
It's a big number. Like
it's got to be 10, 11 by this point. It
was
opened at 9.5, I remember. So it's only moved up, I'd presume.
It is at 11 right now.
Wow.
I'm seeing 11 right now. Chiefs by 11. Marcus Mariota is starting at quarterback for the Commanders. No Jaden Daniels tonight. And the Chiefs have kind of caught fire. They're on a little bit of a winning streak, and they are at home at Arrowhead. It's going to be loud on a Monday night.
Yeah, it'll be a tough environment for Mariota, who makes his 3rd start of the season, surprisingly, as Daniels has been plagued by injury this season. It's been kind of a season to forget for number 5.
That darn upside for Daniels.
That darn upside.
Ouch.
But this game will be tough. I think this number's right about right. I don't know if I would play the Chiefs 11. I think the Commanders might get a garbage time touchdown to tighten things up, but the Chiefs will be in control in my mind. Their offense has really taken the next step since Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice have come back. So I think their offense, we saw it against the Raiders. The Raiders defense probably a little worse than the Commanders numbers-wise, but Commanders defense not good. I think the Chiefs going to be on autopilot most of the night, just completing pass after pass, and Pacheco and all those stable running backs do their thing too. I think the Chiefs win 31-20. I think it's right at the number.
Wow.
I think it's right at the number.
Gee, I knew you. How did I know you were going to say 20? 31 to 20. Right on the current
Looking
line.
at the number, yeah.
That's right. I think it's going to be right there. I just don't think the Commanders are going to score and be able to score. Chiefs defense underrated. Everyone talks about the Chiefs as an offensive football team, high flying, score a ton of points. But when it comes down to it, they play some D. I mean, they do play some good ball over there. So Chris Jones, a lot of good impact players on the Chiefs defense. So I think that the Commanders thwarted tonight 31-20 would be my guess.
Yep, gonna be fun. Gonna be a big Monday night crowd.
Yes.
Hope to see you at Wingnuts again. Dante Hall Derek Thomas. You went Chris Cooley and Art Monk. Your
Look at
4
you.
players' names that are code words to get you extra opportunity drawing tickets tonight. Not a great. I mean, you go to the Thursday night game. Chargers won by 37 to what was it? 37-10, I think, over the Vikings.
Yeah.
There was the Bengals and the Jets, 39-38. Aaron Glenn finally gets his first win. They were down 15 in the fourth quarter, and they came back and won. They were celebrating. Other than that, I mean, Texans 49ers was competitive. Pretty big win for the Texans after getting beat up on by the Seahawks to bounce back and beat the Niners.
Just look at the margins.
The biggest story was Scadaboo dislocating his
bad.
ankle. That was kind of gut-wrenching, wasn't it, yesterday?
Yeah.
It was. And for a league that most games, like you always hear people say, most games come down to a field goal or less in the NFL for the most part. All the games yesterday, Packers won by 10, Broncos by 20, Colts by 20 plus, the Buccaneers by 20, the Patriots by 19, the Eagles by 18. Like everyone was just blowing everyone out. It wasn't a fun day of football.
And I gotta say thanks, but no thanks to Tara for sending us the gruesome picture of Cam Scadaboo's.
You're welcome.
I had dodged the video. I didn't want to see the dislocated ankle.
You didn't want to see the close-ups.
And then all of a sudden I'm scrolling, and then
She's always here to help.
pops right onto my phone, and that your ankle's not supposed to go that way.
Yeah.
And you knew how bad it was when I don't know if you guys watched the reaction from the Giants players, but you know they looked down and they were just waving the medical.
Yeah.
I mean, they knew
Immediately.
It was bad.
And Saquon went bonkers. In that game, it was really the story of the running backs in that Giants and Eagles game, and Saquon goes for 150 yards.
I think speaking of Saquon had a great day, but I think it might be time we start talking about Jonathan Taylor for MVP.
Yeah, they've already been talking about that.
I mean, that needs to be talked about.
3 more tatas.
Yeah, 12 on the season, 850 yards. He's first in the NFL in carries, yards, touchdowns. I mean, he is literally having one of the best running back seasons in recent memory. So, Jonathan Taylor, I mean, I didn't think the Colts would be able to do what they're doing with Daniel Jones at quarterback, but they are incredible. 7-1, 5-0 at home with a 38-14 win over the Titans. Your survivor pick, buddy. Good job. You navigated through another week.
Yeah, you kind of got you. I went last too, and you guys didn't pile on that one with me. Can't take them again though.
I went with the Ravens, which was dicey.
The Colts would seem like the easiest game on the board to me this week.
They did. They were.
Yeah, Ravens are dicey, especially when Lamar got ruled out.
I would have made that pick thinking Lamar's going to play, but instead it's Snoop, Tyler Huntley, and he's still able to command them to a 30-16 win.
Packers beat the Steelers Sunday night. Aaron Rodgers was looking for a little revenge against his former team and his replacement, Jordan Love. And it looked like in that first half the Steelers were going to get it. But they kept having to settle for field goals, and that kind of caught up to them a little bit. But they were up in the second half, starting the third quarter, 16-7. And Rodgers was getting it out quick and making plays, and Jalen Warren and Gainwell were doing their thing on the ground, and they were mixing it. I still think that Pittsburgh is a decent team, but other than Metcalf, their receivers don't scare me. I mean, Freiermuth didn't do much of anything. Jono Smith, their tight ends are okay, but Calvin Austin and Wilson had the one touchdown last night. It's other than DK Metcalf, you almost feel like they might need another addition to the wide receiver room.
They might be a
They're
trade
4-3.
Yeah.
Now they've still got the division on lockdown.
That's right. That's why I think they might be a candidate to make a deal for a receiver at the deadline potentially.
Yeah. Yeah. What a Monday. Man, weekend in rewind. Congratulations, Michael Brennan. You are a winner on the PGA Tour at Black Desert in the Bank of Utah Championships.
Yes. Shout out the 703 area code.
Yes. You are a winner, BYU. You go to Ames, Iowa with some injuries and still come back and win that football game to stay undefeated. Utes blew out Colorado. We also had... Jazz lose a heartbreaker last time out to Sacramento on a buzzer beater by Sabonis, but Jazz start the season 1-1. Knights lost in OT last night.
7 straight for the Mammoth.
Yeah,
7 in a row.
Mammoth are rolling. Knights are still getting points, though, in those last couple of games. We'll see you at Wingnuts tonight. You guys, thank you so much for listening. Come and join us. Chiefs, Commanders will be over there starting at 4 o'clock. Have a great Monday, everybody.